Today's topic is
What your schemes say about you, purple and black.
the colors of power and privilege.
Ooh.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to Waypan. I'm Cal.
And I'm Sunny. Black is a very popular color that's used in fashion, but when it comes to black, it has a more practical application in the sense that it's used more in shape design rather than symbolic meanings. It's used to contour the shape of a figure and bring out certain aspects to give a more elegant look. But when it comes to ceremonial garbs, that's when it has more symbolic meanings.
Sunny, can you explain the difference when black is used in fashion as a majority color compared to when it's used as a minority color with purple?
When you're using black as the majority color with a color like purple added to it, it's a great way to color black or give it a little bit more of a visual interest. But when you're using black as the minority color and purple as the majority color, it's used as more as part of a shape design. It helps to contour the color and bring more form to the piece.
So, if I could understand this correctly, when it's used as the majority color, purple is used to make things pop out more, and when it's used as the minority color, it's used to hide things more.
Exactly. A lot of the times, black will be used to represent negative space, which is why it is often used to contour, hide, or shape things.
It is important to note in this case that black is being used practically. It is a color that is used for its purpose rather than its symbolic meaning a lot of the time when it comes to this color scheme. So you need to keep that in mind. When it comes to two-color color schemes, black is often used in this way. So it is important to remember going on that some of the times the symbolism will not be intended when it comes to this color scheme. Purple is the color of prestige and power. This is also a trait that it shares with that of black, power. This is something that is often used with black when it comes to fashion, that of weaponized sexuality. Fashion is sometimes used as a tool to tell other people that you are better than them. Purple is seen as a unique color, but when you combine it with black in this way, it is used to show physique and form as well as status and power.
Unlike you, peasant, I am healthy, I am strong, I am beautiful.
So when using this color scheme, expect there to be at least a little blowback.
In this way, we can see how black's function combines together with purple's symbolisms, as well as its own symbolisms, to give the feeling of luxury, prestige, sophistication, and power. And it doesn't carry any of the blunt meanings of either color on its own.
Thus, when used in this way, it is truly the color scheme of high society. However, this ends our long caveat on how black can be used to accent purple or purple to accent black. Now we talk about blunt symbolism. Sunny, can you break down black's color profile?
It's power, mourning, serious, intimidation, and mystery.
A color profile is what a color is most known for, with traits which are neither positive nor negative. Now, Sunny, would you be able to break down purple's color profile?
They are royalty, rarity, mystery, magic, and spirituality.
When compared and contrasted, we can see that both black and purple's color profiles have no clashes. This is extremely important because it's pretty rare when it comes to a color scheme, having all of these things not only not clash, but also reinforce one another. Power,
Royalty,
mourning,
spirituality,
serious,
magical,
intimidation,
rarity,
mystery. In fact, we see this with its positive traits too. We're going to put them up side by side. Polite,
empathetic,
discreet,
individualistic,
elegant,
creative,
seduction,
unique,
sophistication. You will be troubled to find any color combination out there which has such complementary themes.
This is often why people feel that black and purple go well together. They may not be able to articulate it, but they're unconsciously aware of these complementary themes.
And finally, we have their negative traits: controlling, evil, loss, nothingness, despair.
And for purple, sensitive, arrogance, paranoia, idealistic, and emotional.
When we take a look at their negative traits, we see that they don't have the same level of complementariness that the previous traits did. However, that's not to say that any of these traits necessarily clash with the others.
In certain cases, some traits will exacerbate others. For example, someone's idealistic view could make them more controlling.
So, as you can see, in terms of color theory, they may not be very complementary, except for the style points that Sunny pointed out. However, they are very complementary when it comes to color psychology. Let's take a look at a Space Marine chapter where it fits loosely, but not perfectly. The Dark Krakens are the sons of the scion of Prometheum. So right off the bat, you wouldn't think that it would fit, however their homeworld shapes them greatly. They live on an ocean world filled with massive predators, which is bathed in eternal night. This isn't an environment that you would think would foster some of those psychological traits that we've seen thus far. However, it does. The Dark Krakens hunt the great beasts here, much like they do on Nocturne. However, because of this, they didn't take the Tyranid threat seriously. And for anyone who knows the lore, you should always take the Tyranid seriously.
And when it comes to the stylistic use of black and purple in terms of fashion, we see this expressed a lot with the Drukhari, Dark Elves, and Slaaneshi factions. You can see how the black is being used to shape and silhouette and contour and bring out the tightness of these figures. In terms of the style of their wear, they tend to be very unique and individualistic as well, which can be complemented through the color purple. And through this, they really showcase their elegance and seduction and how they choose to use this as their most powerful trait.
With this, you can see how both the color psychology and color theory is used with these factions. However, some of the times you just want to use the brutal force of the color psychology. A faction that would work with this is their light side brethren, the Eldar, particularly the Farseers, seeing themselves as above the rest of their brethren. Speaking of above the rest of their brethren, another faction that this could work with is the Gene Stealers. Not the Gene Stealer cult, not the Tyranids, but the Gene Stealers in particular, because they are seen as above the rest of the rabble. A good final use for this color scheme is to use it with a typically good guy faction to make them seem evil or perhaps just arrogant. Take a look at the Lumineth Realm Lords. When we give this color scheme to them, they seem far more arrogant, evil almost. And look how the Sisters of Battle are changed by this color scheme. Instead of seeming like a people of faith and fury, there's a darkness to them. There's a foreboding to them.
Compared to their usual style of showing their fiery passion with black, white, and red.
Speaking of, you're actually going to see a lot of accents of different colors with this color scheme because it's used for that form and function style.
Gold is a common accent color that's used to complement black and purple because a lot of its meanings also go well with them. Like, for example, elegance and sophistication. It's also a much brighter color, which helps contrast a lot with the darkness of purple and black.
You will see white used in a similar way to give a high level of contrast to these very dark colors, but it's not necessarily used in that symbolic way, in the same way that black and purple are used together to accent one another. Instead, it's used for its high level of contrast. When it is used for that psychological meaning, it's to show that these are particularly pure people, pure in their nobility and pure in their power.
The final colors that will be used to accent purple would be either blue or red, and this is because they're analogous to purple.
Red adds passion to this color scheme, whereas blue adds a sense of coldness. We can see this very clearly with Hive Fleet Hydra, a hive fleet dedicated to predating on their own to regain the strength of the hive mind.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of What Your Color Scheme Says About You, Purple and Black.
And we hope that it has helped open your eyes to some of the secret meanings behind these color schemes.
And some of their practical applications.
So we hope you will join us in keeping those brushes wet. Bye-bye. You know, there's one group who I think are going to feel very attacked by this video.
And who would that be?
There's a whole lot of bands who have like purple and
Oh,
black things.
no.
They're just going to be like, hey man,
The
I
rest
didn't...
for cubes be resting, man. Why you gotta be upset with us?
Pretty much. And it's just like, hey dude, take it up with the band.
Yes, and we've covered one too many Slanesh videos.
So yeah, we can't help you here.
Yeah, so people will start to get the wrong idea about our channel.